my song. Let's sing it. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Come on, it's gonna be fucking awesome. You know the words. It's gonna be fucking awesome. That's it, sing. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Yeah!
Hiya, hiya, hiya. It is I, Jesse Blaze Snyder, the coolest geek alive, and we are coming at you with a fucking awesome Saturday episode, an astounding coolest pick that you really need to watch with somebody you love so that you can laugh together. It is the Misfits. I just fell in love with this show. My buddy, Digger Mesh, is a big fan. He's watched it so many times because it's one of his favorite shows of all time. Came out in 2009 and I think ran for like 4 seasons. I haven't actually finished all of the seasons yet, or 5 seasons. But it's excellent. The first season in particular is the one that I'm here to plant a stamp in the ground. The first season is indeed one of my favorite shows I've ever watched. It does go downhill from after the first season. The second season is great, and you'll enjoy it. And but by the time the second season was ending, I started to go, I'm probably not going to like this show as much as we get into the third season. And it has been true. I have not enjoyed the show as much as it's gotten to the third season. And by the time you get to the fourth and the fifth season, Digger doesn't necessarily enjoy the show as much either that he recommended to me. But I'm still watching it, and I'm still really enjoying it. And it really is excellent. It's a British show about a group of young offenders, criminal offenders who are doing community service in Great Britain, and they get struck by lightning together as a group during this weird storm that they never really explain, which is cool, and they all start to develop superpowers. The main cast, who eventually showed up in lots of different great material because they were awesome. They were great actors. The most famous one in the show is probably Ewan Ryan, who plays Simon Bellamy. He is like really sort of a mousy, nerdy, kind of weird kid who I forget exactly. Well, I probably shouldn't even bother to remember to give you all the details of their origin, because they're stories. Each one of them is a unique character, and their backstory is very interesting. The cool thing about this show is it's a superhero show where the basic thesis is that all of the powers that the people get are derived directly from the type of person they are emotionally. In myths like Superman and Batman, it's more about what they do and how they operate and sort of what kind of archetype they are. But this is like, if somebody is super Puritan and through God and they have a lot of dogma in them, they'll develop mind control powers so they can force that dogma on other people. If you're somebody who's kind of got a split personality, well, your personality may indeed split physically, and you might be multiple man type thing. So everybody's power is really directly related to their character. And this makes the characters in the show so excellent. The main dude, who I'm trying to pull up his name right here, because for some reason, he's not coming up as the first dude. Is it Nathan? Yeah. Nathan Young, who's played by a guy named Robert Sheehan. Robert Sheehan is fucking awesome. He went on to be in some other things. I forget, not stuff that I'm like super into. But this role was the role of a lifetime for him. He is fucking hysterical. Just the little quippy bits that he has to say. His reaction to everything is very adult. And this is not a show that you should necessarily watch with your kids. There's a lot of sex. It's quite sexy, actually. There's a lot of adult conversations, things that are too heavy for kids. But you got some college-age kids, or some kids who are ready for this kind of material, watch it with them. I recommended it to my daughter, who's 16, and she's dealing with some of these conversations and whatnot. And I like her to be able to, get an advanced look at situations that she might find herself in the future by way of especially comedy, but by way of fiction, TV shows, movies, and stuff like that, presented in a way that is, enlightening to the realities of the world. And I highly recommend you watch this with somebody. It's so fucking funny. Particular the what's his name, Robert Sheehan. He's so good. He's so good. He's so good. The show is so surprise. It's so disarming. You're just you will be completely disarmed over and over and over again by these characters. I know I said it's a British show, but don't be too afraid about the accents and stuff. I plan to watch this with my girlfriend, who tends to have real trouble with things like Monty Python and whatnot, where the accents are really thick. But I think that the language is clear enough for everybody to understand, and it's just too damn fun. The story is so based around character and building the characters in the first season, really almost exclusively. In the second season, when it starts to sort of build longer form narratives, that's where it kind of gets off the rails in one way or another. But these characters are so good that you'll want to stay with them. You'll really enjoy the difference, from one kid, they're all doing community service because, they got arrested for one reason or another. And everybody has their own shtick. There's the kid who was on his way to the Olympics and, he had got a run-in with the police and drugs and shit like that. Now that I think about it, the second season has actually some of the best episodes of the whole show. It's really, they're just a little bit earlier in the season. By the end of it, it starts to fall apart for me in a couple different ways. But again, as a writer, I'm very, I'm hard to please with some of these things, especially when I'm enjoying something so much. So when I start to see there are parts of it that aren't exactly going to line up in the future, I'm like, oh, that's going to be hard to land that one. That's going to be hard to land that one. I like my predictive programming is like, I might not enjoy that. I might not enjoy that. But this is me from loving it. If it was as consistent through the first season as it was through all the seasons, it would be my new favorite show. Period. Hands down. Defeat everything. Defeat The Wire. Defeat Deadwood. Defeat every show that I've ever felt most in love with. South Park. And it's just super duper fun. Fun, engaging. Oh, ow, I hurt myself. And disarming. I sometimes I pace when I do the show and I just kick something. But disarming, that's the word. It will just disarm you over and over again. And just as you recapitulate yourself, it'll disarm you again. You really just won't be able to contain your laughter, and you will want to laugh with somebody. You'll want to have somebody next to you to be laughing with you, to be echoing your laughs. It's like when you go see a movie and it's the right kind of movie to watch, like with a crowd, a big Marvel movie or Lord of the Rings. It's great to watch those with a crowd. It's so fucking exciting and engaging to hear the rumble and the gasps of the room. This is one of those shows that you're going to want to form a crowd, watch it with your wife, watch it with your boyfriend, watch it with somebody who you love. Hey, Jenny, come over every Tuesday and let's watch an episode of Misfits. You won't regret it. You won't regret that I said that to you, and you will enjoy it that much more to be able to enjoy it with somebody. I'm like halfway through the third season right now. I'm still enjoying the fucking hell out of it. Is the third season quite as good as the first season is? And the second season, when it's really at its best? No, not quite. It will gradually disappoint you if you keep your hopes up too high. So I'm just preparing you so that you can get the most out of it, the absolute most out of it, by knowing that it's going to start off really strong and it will somewhere along the way start to lessen the impact that it has on you. But it is still disarming. It is still funny. It is still charming. And there's still plenty of things to like. And, when this story arc ends in an unsatisfying way, the next story will be introduced and you'll like that one. And there's plenty to like. But of course, you'll be able to gauge how far you want to go in the series. But the first season, and I think definitely the second season as well, excellent stuff. The main guy in the first few seasons, because he was so successful, he ended up basically getting hired off the show, Robert Sheehan. When you go to IMDb, he's like further in the list because he's not on that many episodes of the show. At a certain point, he moved on to other things. He was in the Umbrella Academy. What are some of the other shows that I know him from? Umbrella Academy is really the main one. The Mortal Instruments. There's a couple different things that you'd recognize him from, and he rules my fucking school, man. He really is just the shit. I wish to see him in more things. I wish to see all of these actors in more things. Nathan Stewart Jarrett, who plays Curtis, he's the Olympian who is stuck doing this stuff. Later on, there's a character named named Rudy, who gets introduced, and he's very funny. He's basically the replacement for Robert Sheehan. He is not exactly as awesome as Robert, but he's great too. He's a different kind of character, and they try not to like force him into like a total replacement role of Robert Sheehan, because I think they didn't want the audience to just reject him. Fuck him, you're not as good as Robert Sheehan. But he's excellent. The dude that I said, Ivan Rion, who plays Simon, he's the guy who plays Ramsey. He's the guy who tortures one of the half brother from the North. He's really evil in the Game of Thrones series, playing Ramsey. If you remember, the guy who shows up, and I forget all the names of these characters, but it was the brother from up north who was not full-blooded brother, and he like cuts off his penis or whatever. Like, ugh. That guy, he doesn't play an evil guy there. He plays a really sweet guy, one of the better sort of more moral characters on the show, and he is wonderful. And he actually gets to stretch his acting chops in a lot of different ways, with an alternative version of him that eventually shows up, and a lot of cool stuff. And then even people like Lauren Sasha, I think that's Socha, who plays Kelly. She's great. She's kind of cast as this girl who everybody thinks is like a slut. She's like somebody who is viewed as low class or whatever else, but that's not exactly who she really is. But she carries herself in kind of that way where, people don't exactly respect her, but she is awesome. And then Alicia, who plays like basically sexy girl, the girl who's like very, kind of the popular girl, the pretty girl, who, has gotten herself into some trouble, but she's used to getting her way. And like, her powers are, I'm not going to tell you because I want you to watch the show, but they tie into that. They tie into her personality. Everybody's powers essentially tie into their personality in some way. And the team dynamic and all this sort of thing, it's not a particularly traditional superhero sort of show, but enough of those elements, enough of those pieces to be very appealing to typical fans of my show who are super into genre entertainment. This is aimed right at you guys. If you're like, Jesse, I don't like kung fu movies. Jesse, I don't like these sports movies or fighting movies that you're talking about there. Well, don't worry. This guy, it's got your name written all over it. It is the Misfits. Anyway, that's really all I got to say. I don't want to spoil the show. I just want you to go watch it. I mean, really, go fucking enjoy the fuck out of it. Digger was so excited to share it with me. And as soon as we were a few episodes in, I was like, I get why you were excited to share this with me. I'm going to share this with my girlfriend. And I told him, and I can't wait to hear her laughing as I'm laughing again, because I know it's going to get me again, because there's just so many quips and so many things that come out of Robert Sheehan's mouth, and all the characters are funny, engaging. The stories are great. It just does get to a certain point where it starts falling apart from how great it begins. But that's it, man. Plenty of shows do that. And this one certainly does it with lots of charm to spare. So give it a go. Every Monday, I do a show called Everything They Don't Want You to Know. If you are into finding out about, I don't like to call them conspiracy theories, because I'm not talking about any fucking conspiracy theories. I'm talking about facts. Lots of people like to fucking call some of these collections of facts conspiracy theories because they have a conclusion that they've come to. There's no conclusions that need to be come to with these things, other than the fact that the whole world you're looking at is a bunch of bullshit. It's a bunch of bullshit, and the things that they're saying are true, do not line up with the facts that exist in our reality. So if you want to find out about some of these fucking facts, you want to spin your head around a little bit, listen to Everything They Don't Want You to Know every Monday. Also right now, we're starting to promote Sugar and Bones magazine. It's a quarterly magazine that me and my buddies are putting together. This is going to be this amazing art, creative magazine, comic books and creative articles, things for creative people to learn how to be fucking better, to be at the top of their game. Really, some of the most talented people I know are working on this magazine, helping us to bring it to life. And I'm so honored to be working with everybody like Digger Mesh and Aaron Sparrow. And, just really the list goes on. I'll be talking about it more and more as we're really starting to promote it. But right now, you can sign up for notifications either at bldsts.com. bldsts.com. That's my company, Blacklight District Studios, bldsts.com. Sign up for notifications there, or you can go onto Kickstarter. Check out all the things that they have there and type in Sugar and Bones Magazine. You can sign up for notifications there. I don't really fucking care which one. Anyway, you guys are awesome, and I love you so much for listening to my show, and I hope you will join me again next Saturday when I bring you another Coolest pick, and again this Wednesday for another fabulous episode of the Coolest Geek Alive. Love you guys. Care Bear Stare. See you next time. Peace.
You've been listening to Coolest Geek Alive with me, your host, Jesse Blaze Snyder. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe for more excellent geek culture content. Thanks for listening.
It's my favorite part. Isn't that heavy? I played that. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Coolest alive. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Stay with your tribe. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Revenge of the Geeks. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Week after weeks. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Laughing with you. It's gonna be fucking awesome. And crying sometimes too. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Spelling it out. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Making you shout. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Talking some shit. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Living the shit. My voice gonna be fucking awesome. Food in our mouth. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Get in the mouth. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Tell all your friends. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Call right or text. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Raising the bar. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Straight to the stars. It's gonna be fucking awesome. It's starting soon. Straight to the top. Awesome. Passing the moon. It's gonna be fucking awesome. On with the show. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Ready, set, go.
It's going to be fucking awesome. Fucking awesome. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Just wait. You'll see. You'll all see.
The podcast playground.